What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing one of my favorite types of videos to film, which is a full face first impressions. There have been so many new releases, so I gathered them all up. And honestly, most of these are drugstore. I think we have 2 high-end products that I wanted to test, but everything else is drugstore, super affordable. So lots of newness to test and see if it's worth your money or not. So without further ado, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, up first for primer, we have a new one from Hard Candy. They have been coming out with a bunch of stuff. This is the Glow Primer. This is supposed to be like a primer serum, I think. It's supposed to give a really nice glow. We all know I love to glow. So let's see. It's called the Sheer Envy Visibly Illuminates Skin. Packaging on this is actually very, very nice. And it's under 10 bucks. Oh, okay. So I actually thought this was the product. I guess I didn't really look at it close enough. I thought it was gonna be white, but it's actually like a glowy, like bronzy sort of shade. Love that. Definitely has a scent. To be honest, it smells like lip smackers, like the lip product. Not sure how I feel about that, but let's just go and blend this with our fingers. Okay, the texture on this feels very weird. It literally feels like a lip gloss or something. Y'all know I love to glow. I love that it gives a little bit of a tint, like a bronzy tint, especially because I don't self-tan my face most of the time. So it's typically always a lot lighter than my body. I just feel like this, it has a weird texture for like the skin. I do like the way it looks on my skin. It just definitely has like feels like a lip gloss, which is not typically something you don't want to put all over your face. Let's see how the other products apply on top of it. Now, I didn't realize that this primer was gonna be as glowy as it is because I have this to try out next. I still wanna try it because I love the bronzer version of this, but this is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Highlight. They came out with a liquid bronzer and I love it. Use it all over the skin. You can mix it into your foundation. It looks beautiful. So I had planned to apply this all over my face. We're gonna be really glowy. I still do wanna try this, but I didn't really realize that the Hard Candy primer was gonna almost be like a liquid highlight in and of itself. That's why we do these first impressions, you know? I don't know before I try it. But let's go in with this and see. Put a little bit on my finger, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be like glow central, but I promise it's not gonna stay like this the whole time. Oh my goodness gracious. This one definitely coconut scent, same thing with the bronzer. It's a heavy coconut scent. They blend really nicely though, which I like you see that just blends out into the skin so easily. With these, I just like to use like a dampened sponge. I find it easier. To make sure that you're getting all the areas. And surprisingly enough, I feel like it could have went 1 or 2 ways. Like this could have like really counteracted with the Hard Candy primer and like started to pill and just look really bad. But I feel like they're actually like going together really well. I wouldn't necessarily say wearing them together is like a necessity because they're both very glowy and essentially do the same thing, but they do work together well to give a very, very much glow. I definitely do like the texture of this one better though. To be honest, this just feels more like a lotion. It doesn't have that like thicker, a little bit sticky texture that the primer did. So if you're trying to decide between the 2 of them, that is my thoughts. All right, now let's tone this down a little bit. These are from It Cosmetics. So this was one of the fewer high-end products that I really wanted to try. I saw a lot of people post about this. A lot of people were saying it's really, really good. I am just throwing things. It's supposed to be a corrector and a serum. It has niacinamide in it. It does have a little like thing to blend it out with at the top. Normally I hate those, but we're gonna try it. So I have shade medium neutral. Let's just go in with this and try it out. Gonna go in. This is what the doe foot looks like. Gonna go in and apply. Do a little dab here too. Okay, so I didn't use too much. Now let's go in with the top first. Again, like I said, I normally do not like these. Oh, okay, this one is soft though, I'll give it that. I'm gonna use this to kind of buff and blend. Ooh. This looks pretty good actually. You know what I'll do on the other side? I'll use my regular sponge instead of this top part and see if it like makes a difference. Definitely like subtle. Again, I didn't use too much of it, but I feel like that did a nice job on my under eyes and did like correct them. And I don't have that darkness under there. So let's do the other side with a sponge and see if we kind of get the same look and feel. Yeah, I just prefer sponge for the under eyes. I feel like it's like the softest option. And I feel like that pretty much gave us the same coverage that the brush top did. But of course, that's up to personal preference, so whatever you prefer. I do think this actually looks really, really nice on my under eyes. Not super brightening, I think just because the shade I have is a little bit of a darker shade. This more so like matches my overall skin tone. So I'd love to pick this up in like a lighter shade for me to use for like every day because I like to brighten the under eyes too, but I feel like it did a good job of like concealing, and it feels very light. Like, to be honest, doesn't really feel like I have anything on my skin at all. So this is pretty good. Alrighty, up next we have bronzer and blush. These are new from Hard Candy. They're the Face Off line. So we have a gel bronzer and a luminous blush. I have shade Sweet Tea in the bronzer and then Born Yesterday in the blush. So let's do the bronzer first. This is what the packaging looks like. Again, these are under 10 bucks. Oh, okay, did not expect that. Interesting. Super interesting. Okay. I like it though. So I guess this is how we do the bronzer. So I'm gonna draw on like a contour line. I don't know. Jump in and blend with my brush. Okay. All right. This is pretty good. I definitely would say, I mean, again, this is a bronzer, so I'm more using it like in the area that you would typically contour, but it's definitely warm tone. So through and through a bronzer, if you want like a cool tone contour, this is not gonna be your product, but I'm kind of using it to like brontour, which is like bronze and contour. And I thought it would be very luminous, but it's not. I would say it's not like super matte or anything, but definitely like a comfortable satin type finish. Like I thought it would be very glowy, and it definitely isn't. It's like subdued, but it's nice. It blended easily. I actually really like it. The applicator kind of threw me off at first. I was like, what the heck? Because it almost looks like, you know, a lip gloss or something, but it was easy to apply, and I think it was actually really nice. Now I'm very excited about this blush. All right, let's jump into the blush now. Again, the shade is Born Yesterday. It looks like it's gonna be a really pretty shade. It's like a pink. Let's see. Tap this on my cheeks. Ooh, kind of like a purpley undertoned pink. Let's go in and blend. Okay, this one definitely more of a luminous finish. Very, very pretty though. Okay, Hard Candy. I feel like they're making such a comeback. Like this looks very, very nice. I like it. I feel like I've talked about this before, but like when I was younger, Hard Candy was at Sephora, and then I feel like they went away for like a while. Like I didn't see them for like years. And then they relaunched at Walmart, and honestly, a lot of their products are quite good and they're all pretty affordable. Like I would say the vast majority of their products are under 10 bucks. And this blush is very pretty. Again, glowy, but not overly like insanely glowy. Again, remember our base is super glowy, so it probably is coming off very glowy on camera, but I can tell the formula itself for the blush is definitely a bit more glowy than the bronzer, but nothing crazy if you just want something like a little more subtle. But I mean, blended really easily. I like it. Just go in and kind of blend it with my under eye concealer a little bit better, but I do think that looks really nice. So far, so good. All right, the time has finally come to tone down some of this glowiness. I know not everybody is a fan of like the glowy skin. I love it sometimes, but also love a nice like full coverage, a little bit more matte look to my skin. So we're gonna be using the new She Glam Powder Foundation. This is not a first impression, I've tried this. And if you are looking for full coverage powder foundation that's not drying to your skin, because remember, I have dry skin, so not every powder foundation is gonna work for my dry skin girlies. This one is really, really nice. It comes with a little puff applicator that I actually think applies the foundation very well. I'm gonna use shade Fair, and I'm gonna just tap it onto my skin. And it kind of gives this like soft, diffused, almost like filter to the skin. It comes in 36 different shades, which is really nice, and is instantly gonna take away the glowiness, but not gonna dry you out or make you look like flat, which I personally like. So I'm gonna do this in the center part of my face, especially around the nose and on the forehead. I'm gonna leave the glowiness on the cheeks, I think. And I don't really need coverage on my cheeks. My problem areas is like right around my mouth. That's where I need the coverage because I have blemishes and dark spots and stuff. I'm gonna jump in with shade Linen now and use that to set my under eyes. It's a lighter shade, so we can get a little brightness, and I'll set the lid too before we go in with our eyeshadow. I want to thank She Glam for partnering with me on this section of today's video, but like I said, the product really does work nicely and is affordable, which is great. It's under $10. It's talc free and it is waterproof and transfer proof, so great for the summer. And it has jojoba oil and shea butter in it too, so again, it's not going to dry your skin out like other powder foundations can do. And it has a very full coverage. I actually probably could have used a shade darker, but like I said, there's 36 different shades in the line, so a big shade range. I will link it down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out. And now we are nice matte and full coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into our eyes now. Okay, I zoomed you guys in a little more so we can do the eyes. Now, I have gotten so many requests to review this collection. This is the Wet n Wild Sesame Street collection. Now, I have a confession. I was never a huge Sesame Street girly. I don't know, they were popular when I was a kid, but I feel like I never really watched it. Like, I know what it is, but y'all wanted to see this collection. So we have the palette here, 15 different shades, a mix of mattes, shimmers, and glitters. A cool color story. I feel like there's a lot of things you could do with this. Like there's neutrals, but then there's also pops of color. So you could definitely create a lot of different looks with it, which is cool. The palette retails for just about $16. It's like $15.99, I believe. So let's go in and create a look. I'm gonna go in with the yellow first. I know that's Big Bird on there. They do have like some of the eyeshadow pans embossed with things. So I'm gonna go in with the yellow and pop this in our crease. We're gonna do like a fun, summery kind of look, I think. Definitely wanna see how this performs. So I have found sometimes, like Wet n Wild's actual products, I typically love. Like most of them are on like my top favorites from the drugstore, but sometimes when they do these collections, I feel like they're not the same as far as quality goes. So I definitely wanna see that. So far the shadow looks like it's blending and everything fine, but sometimes I find the collections are like a little bit different than their normal quality. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna go in with this orange now. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I'm gonna bring it in the crease, kind of pack it on first and then blend. These colors are just making me want summer so bad. I love it. So far blending pretty easily though, which is good. And like I said, I'm doing a bright look, but like because the color story in this, there's a lot of different colors, but it is cohesive to like be able to create looks with. You could definitely create like a really pretty neutral look with the palette too. But I know that I've done 775,000 neutral looks on my YouTube channel, so I was trying to do some with a little bit of color today, but definitely a palette that could be versatile as far as looks go. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this shimmer right here. It's almost like a light pink, purpley shimmer. I'm gonna just use this all over the lid as like a baseline because I wanna go in with the glitter, but I wanna put something on the lid first. Oh yeah, this is actually really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this down first and we'll go in with the glitter on top of it. And this is on a completely dry brush. I didn't spray it or anything like that. It's applying very, very pretty. It has a lot of like nice shimmer to it. I'm gonna pop that same shade beneath the brow bone too, because it's really, really pretty, just to give us a little shimmer up there. Okay, now all over the lid, I wanna go in with this glitter. So I'm gonna use my finger. I feel like that'll probably be the best way. And I'm just gonna press it on. Ooh, so pretty. And it's like, depending on how the light hits it, is like the color that the glitter is. Ooh, this is pretty. I like that. It's adhering to the lid easily. Like I'm not using a glitter glue or anything, just kind of pressing with my finger. I gotta say this palette, honestly, heavily exceeding my expectations. Like looks so pretty. I did get a little fallout from the glitter, so I'm gonna just buff that away. I'm honestly very impressed. Okay, should I do blue or green on the lower lash line? I feel like I love greens with oranges, so I'm gonna go in with the dark green first, and I'm gonna press that up against the lower lash line. This does have a pretty sheen to it. Some of that glitter is still like stuck underneath my eye, so I would say if you're gonna use this palette, maybe do your eyes first, especially if you wanna use the glitter, just so it's like easier to clean up. And I'm honestly very impressed with this palette overall. I'm gonna go in with this green shade now, a little bit lighter, and use that to just like diffuse down here. This is almost like a blue green. Okay, honestly, I had low expectations with this palette and I think it's really, really pretty. Like obviously I did a very colorful look. This is out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I feel like you could definitely create a lot of different looks with this, but I feel like the shadows worked really well and I do like the look that we were able to create. Is it an everyday look? No, but I actually really enjoyed this palette. So much more than honestly I thought that I was going to. So I like that. Now they do have this 3-piece multi-stick set in the collection as well. This is like the Cookie Monster thing. So these are supposed to be a cream to powder formula that you could use. It says on your cheeks, eyes, and lips. But I feel like these shades, I don't know that you would necessarily use them on your cheeks. Your lips, I guess you could, but I wanna use the blue as an eyeliner. You get like a more bronzy, a brown, and then a blue. So I'm gonna use the blue and I'm gonna use it in my waterline to get some pop of color in there. Looking pretty, definitely a summery eye look. I'm here for it. There is a little lash curler in this collection. So this is the Cowabunga. Again, because I didn't really watch Sesame Street, I'm like, I know this is the Cookie Monster. The rest, I don't really know like the references, but this is what it looks like. You get a little keychain. So let's go in and curl our lashes. Okay. I don't love this lash curler. It's very, do you see how like circular that is? I feel like it doesn't fit my eye shape. If you have, like there's somebody's eye shape this will work for it. Mine, not so much. I feel like I'm not really able to curl my lashes as good as I would like to because it's just like the shape of it is definitely a lot different than my eye shape. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't really love this. Again, just that curl is too significant, I feel like, for my eyes. I don't have a new mascara, so I'm just gonna go in with some of the Maybelline, what is this, the Sky High, and just coat that on my lashes. I did tint my lashes, which is why they look dark. If anybody noticed because my lashes are normally like, you know, clear, so you can't see them at all till I put mascara on them. But I tinted them and I feel like it makes such a difference. But I'm just gonna layer on a little bit of mascara to finish off these eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna leave my lashes on my upper, my lower. I'm gonna let the blue shine and do its thing. So that's that on the eyes. To finish out the face, I'm just gonna go and contour with a little powder bronzer. I don't have a new one, so just using this. And then a little powder blush. I do have a new highlight to try though that I'm excited about. Okay, for highlight, they are liquid highlights. Probably should have tried this before we did the powder, but here we are. So anyways, these are new from Tarte. These are their Glow Tape highlighters. So they came out with the contour wand, then they came out with the blushes, and now they came out with the highlights. I love the contour wand, honestly one of my favorites. So interested to see how the highlights work. I have 3 of them right here. I'm gonna try the 2 lighter ones. I'll do one on one side, one on the other, and we'll see, I guess, how they apply over powder. That'll be the real test. So we have Pearl Glow first. This is a lighter one. This is what the applicator looks like. Get some in the top there, and let's tap it on the cheeks. I don't know if I should do 2. I'll do a little third one. And then I'm gonna tap it in with my finger. I feel like your finger when it comes to liquid highlight is always gonna be your best bet, especially if you're trying to apply over powder like I am. And this is actually working pretty well. It's eating through the powder a little bit. So I would definitely say best recommend apply this and then powder after instead of on top of powder, but it actually doesn't look half bad on top of the powder. I have to give it that, it really doesn't, and blended pretty seamlessly. That's very pretty. So honestly, you might not even have to apply it before powder because I feel like it actually applied fine once I blended it. So I like that. Now let's go in with the little bit of a darker shade. Typically I like these sorts of shades. This one's Golden Glow. This is what it looks like. I'll do, oh, you know what? This one might be a little too dark for me actually. You see the top, definitely a deeper highlight. I feel like actually it does work once I blended it out. I was a little nervous at first. If your skin's any lighter than mine, I think this is gonna be too dark for you. If it's similar to me or deeper, definitely would be really pretty. And again, there is another darker shade as well. But if you have like pretty fair skin, the lightest one I think would be your best bet. Definitely really pretty, but this one is also very pretty as well. And yeah, I feel like these do actually blend fine on top of powder, which is good to know. Okay, now for lippies, there's lots in this collection. So there's 2 lipsticks. There's like a pink one and a red one. I'll swatch them both and we can decide which one to use. Okay, so first we have the pink one. This is Be Kind. I'll swatch this. Oh, it's like a shimmer kind of pink. That's actually really pretty. I like that. Okay, that's Be Kind. Now we have the red, which this one is Giggles. So I'll go ahead and swatch that. Oh, these are different than I figured that I thought that they would be. They definitely have like a really pretty like shiny undertone to them. I feel like this one goes better with our eye look, so I'm gonna use that, but both are very pretty. Can't go wrong with either. Let me line the lips a little bit just so we have like something. I'll do like a red kind of liner. Okay, let's go in and apply. Very pretty. I love like the finish to them, like the shininess. They have like a very subtle scent to them. It's nothing crazy. I feel like this look is very bright. I honestly, normally with a crazy eye look like this, I would definitely do like a nude lip. I don't know that I would do super colorful eyes and super colorful lip together on me, but there is no nude lip in this collection, so I wanted to try it out. But we are bright and we are colorful today. That is for sure. Now for lip gloss, there are a couple different ones. So these 2 are the Happy to Be Me lip glosses. There's like a more nude one and then a more pinky one. And then we also have this lip tingling gloss. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the lip tingling gloss on top of this because this is like red. And then I'll remove this and we can try the lip glosses just on the bare lips and see how those look too. So we can try everything. So this I guess is supposed to be like a more plumping one. So let's go in. Love the juicy kind of glow this gives. Pretty. Gonna give it like a minute or so, we'll see. Because so far I don't feel like tingling or plumping or anything at all. So let's give it a minute and see. Okay, I've left it on for a couple minutes. I don't really have like significant tingles. So I feel like a very little bit. So if you just like a light little lip plumper, you'll probably like this. I also do like the glow that it gave to my lips. So let's take this off and we'll try the lip glosses. All right, let's do the glosses. I'm gonna just do one on the top, one on the bottom. So let's do Fun Sized. This is the more nude one. I'll do this one on the bottom. Ooh, see, I knew I was gonna like these. So I was like, I have to apply them on the bare lip to really see. Super pretty, love that shade. Gives a pretty little glow. Now let's do the lighter pink. This one is Fairy Tales. Do this on the top. Ooh, also very, very pretty. This one's our pinky and lighter, still has that pretty glitter. They're both beautiful. I'm gonna just mix them together now. I really, really like these lip glosses. Obviously, I like the more like subdued and like over top of a lipstick would be beautiful, but I just wanted to show you guys on the bare lips. Very, very pretty. So yeah, that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you gonna try any of these? Are you gonna skip? I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have everything linked in the description box that we used today, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.